Hello all, Jamie here with a quick little demo, one of our hot off the desk demos featuring the dies and cards from our die of the week this week. This week we are looking at the Petite Diantha set by Sue Wilson. Its recommended retail price is £6.75, but it's on special offer for just £3 while stocks last. To begin with, I've taken my lattice stamp and I'm stamping this in the Elephant Grey Quick Dry Pigment ink, and I'm double stamping this. This is one of our pattern match stamps. So I've matched it up and I've stamped it twice, once beside each other, onto a piece of our polar white card. I'm then going to use our quick dry pigment ink in Piggy Pink, and I'm going to stamp the Latin script stamp all over this panel. I know I'm going to be trimming this panel down so it doesn't have to be too exact, but I also want to make sure I covered all of the areas. I've gone for the Piggy Pink because I know that I'm going to be bringing in some of our rose petal pink cardstock for some of the elements and layers that I'm going to be creating on this project. I'm then going to bring in our tile die. This is one from the nesting die set, and I'm going to cut out an aperture roughly in the middle of that panel, knowing I'm going to trim the panel down from there. Now this set does have matching stamps and stencils to go along with the dies, but for this project we're just going to use it to create that lovely pendant aperture that we're going to work with. For the actual lattice panel, I've cut this down to 5 inches by 7 inches. I'm then bringing in an ivory panel, which is 5.25 by 7.25, and then a pink layer, which is 5.5 by 7.5, and a card blank, which is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, just to give you a few rough ideas. For my first 2 layers, being the pink and the ivory, I've gone onto my card blank flat using our quick dry clear glue, and now I'm going to bring in the lattice panel and I'm going to use our 2mm foam tape, which comes on a 50m roll, to just give a bit of dimension to what I'm doing. I'm now bringing in the flower heads from the die set. There's quite a few other bits in this one, like little flourishes and middles as well. We're not using those just yet. We're going to go for the 3 flower heads. And I'm going to use a pair of tweezers to literally pinch up around each of the petals to make a little flower. And I've taken those together and I've used my glue to nest them in and make up some beautiful little flowers. I've gone ahead for speed and I've made quite a selection of these. And I'm going to start poking them in and around and underneath that sort of aperture that we've created, because we've got the height of the foam tape at play here. We've got that little area we can post these flowers underneath. Now, being honest with you, I do wish I had have embossed the panel below the Decadent Ivory one, or stamped on it maybe, so there was a bit more of a reveal from where the flowers are to the opening of that area. But you could put in a sentiment, you could put in a butterfly, you could put in something else into that area if you wish to. Now, as you can see, I'm using our clear drying glue just to give me a bit of wiggle room in moving these flowers around to where I'd like them to be. From there, I'm going to add in some pearls into the middles of the flowers just to make them pop, just to give them a little pretty finish. And I'm going to add a few dotted around the card. Now, I've noticed here, somewhere along the line, I've added a little black mark, and I'm showing you one of my tips here. When I don't know where a mark's come from, I'll take a bit of foam tape and I'll fold it in half and I'll just lightly rub that over the mark, and 9 out of 10 times it'll remove it or certainly take away a bit of the damage. This one took it down to quite a low sort of grey mark, so I then used a white gel pen to just colour it over so you couldn't see it. I'm then going to bring in our Halloween sentiment die panel, our elegant butterfly die, and our happy Halloween wording. These are all, of course, available from Craftmania, and I'm going to go ahead, die cut these and layer them up. Now, all of the bits that we are bringing you today, there is a page on the website dedicated to all of these, and if you pop onto the Craftmania website, have a little look under Die of the Week, you will find the dedicated page with everything on there. There is also a link to that page in the description of this video if you'd find it easier to give that a little click, and it will take you through to it, and everything will be there, from the stamps, the inks, the cardstock that I'm using. I'm then bringing in that elegant butterfly, and I'm just going to add some foam tape onto the back of this one. This proved a bit trickier than it should have done because of my little chubby fingers, but I'm then going to add it onto the side of the card. I'm then going to bring in some pearls and add that down the middle of the body as well. And to finish this project off, I'm going to tie a ribbon. This is our 15mm sheer ribbon around the actual card and tie it in a bow, just as a finishing touch. This was quite a quick, simple card, but one to hopefully show you how beautiful these flowers are, and why, if you haven't already got these in your stash, they're a true essential that you're going to go to time after time. Please don't forget you can find all of these goodies at www.craftmaniacrafts.com. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.